Beautiful day, beautiful soul. And welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness to Roll. Coming to you live once again from Las Vegas. I go by Melinda NailFanatic. And I'm back to deliver this latest timeless collective channel message from the download series. So if you're here, it's by divine design. If it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. Either way, make your choices and decisions responsibly today, because you'll always have the consequences and repercussions to pay. You have questions, I have answers. You can find those facts on my website located in the title of this live. Raw, real, unedited, uncut, unscripted, sugar-free, deprogrammed, live broadcast. Because the only thing I'm sugarcoating around here is these nails, and you can come have yours done with me here in Las Vegas. Okay? But we're here to do this message. So we pull your alpha and omega messages first, and then we read them last. And they put a pretty bow on the message, and it's like, oh, you're pulling all the strings together from the whole thing. Okay, so that's always fun. We're going to get started now that we've got both of those out and ready to go. Let's get started with what? Hold on, let me see, which cards are we going to start with? I have several different decks around me. Okay, yes, let's start with how you're feeling. We're going to start with how you're feeling with the Prism Oracle. Okay. Hi, Janine, Charlie in the house. Thank you for all you do, beautiful. Glad you're here. All right. Let's see what's going on in the message for you today. I hear certain things take more weight than others. Everything has a different weight. Physical weight, but right now we're talking about emotional weight. All things don't carry the same weight emotionally. Those things that are more dense emotionally could be coming to the surface, whether you like it or not. Okay, whether you like it or not. How you feeling today? Give me one card. Show me how you're feeling today. Oh, just. I asked for one. You're gonna just start throwing them everywhere. Okay, here we go. On the floor is surrender. Sweet surrender. Somebody's like, please don't sing like that again. I don't blame you. I didn't like singing that either. Just got to bring it out the way spirit comes out. Okay. So surrender going on here in regards to sweetness. Okay. There's some sweetness here that you're not seeing. Balance and determination. Balance and determination coming out here. The reason I say you were not seeing the sweetness is because it was face down, where the other cards all came out face up. That speaks to me too. Let me see what's at the bottom of the deck here. Reflection. It's giving me the feeling of, the more I think about it, this is just going to go the way it's going to go. So there's not really too much I can do about it. That's the vibe I'm getting. The more I think about it, there's not really too much I can do about it, because, I just go with the flow and make the best out of whatever shows, because it's just going to go the way that it's going to go. I hear I don't have a lot of say-so in this. I hear there's a determination in you to keep yourself emotionally balanced in this experience. Okay. I have the enchanted map oracle in my hand for shuffling. Let's see what else will you show us. So we've got 4 cards out on the table. Okay. All right, so they're showing me a spread that I haven't really used too much, but this one is interesting. So it's a 4-card spread. And what everybody knows is you got to go with the flow in the situation. That's what everybody knows. What you know that they don't know is there's some sweetness. Somebody's sweet on you or you're sweet on them. What they know that you don't know is they know that you're their counterpart, but they need to bring themselves into balance before this can work, before they can pursue it and go for it, okay? And what you're both going to find out is there's a determination here, okay? There's a connection here, but there seems to be some sort of... I hate this word, but I have to say it. I hate this word. Why do you hate this word? Because we worked so hard to overcome them. There's some sort of blockage in between the two of you and the way you're connecting with one another. There is a connection there, but there's some sort of, it's like a filter. It's like a wall. It's like something in between the two of you is, although there's a connection there, the connection is strong enough that it cuts through whatever the limitation, the blockage is. But there is a blockage there. Yeah, they're showing me in this image the way this line cuts across, like that's a blockage. There's one point of connection that is there. However, there's so much more available. And it has to do with how you're seeing one another. It has to do with how you see one another. Okay. With how you see one another. The only point of connection you need to worry about is the love that is connecting you both. Okay, that's one thing I'm hearing. All right, so then we have the surrender card. Surrender. All right, with surrender, show me why surrender is here for today's download message. The peaks of joy. You're happier when you do surrender. Like, why fight the flow? Why make yourself get battered up by the waves, I hear. Why make yourself get battered up by the waves? Why fight the flow? It's kind of going the way it's meant to. It's going exactly the way it's meant to. I hear and designed to. So there's some design to this. Yes, because it's all a divine design. So surrendering with the peaks of joy. All right, let's see. Why is sweetness here? Show me the sweetness, which is you know that they don't know. There's some sweetness, okay? So sweetness, you're sweet on them. Oh, sad embrace. The sad embrace, what? But there's sweetness here. This is torn between two opposite feelings coexisting at the same time. I know this very well. You're sad because somebody who has been so fucked up to you is gone now, but you're happy at the same time because even though you love them, they were so fucked up to you, so at least they're gone now. Oh boy, that energy just came through. And maybe it's because I've been seeing it going on. Okay, but maybe it's because this was going on with you. So some of you, is it that something or someone is being removed from your experience? You're almost embarrassed to say how relieved you are. Because is it that there's part of you that's sad and there's part of you that's happy? Okay, there's part of you that's sad and there's part of you that's happy. There's part of you that okay, yeah, there's a strong awareness of some sadness about letting go of something so sweet. Okay. All right, let's see the balance card in the position of what they know that you don't know. Movement, it's time for them to move on. They know it's time for them to move on. There was a disbalance there. They know that there's a love connection, but the imbalance didn't allow things to fall into place. They must move on, okay? They know, somebody here knows that imbalance is when they'll be able to move on. All right. Yeah, it always sounds a lot more cohesive once we get more time with these cards, more time with the message. So what you'll both find is there's a determination. We have determination. Okay. So somebody here's I see somebody here, you're having a difficulty because there has been somebody who has left, whether that was through a physical death or moving to another physical place. Somebody is not not here anymore in whatever way that means. There's a sad embrace to that. You were sweet on this one. You were sweet about this situation, but there was some imbalance going on. They had to move on. The determination is the talisman. The cool part about this is what you're both going to find is, listen, so that you take something from this experience with you. And it's something that nobody can take from you. And it's something that enhances you. So what you take from this experience is an enhancement to you. Okay. Yeah. It's an enhancement to you. You have a journey ahead of you. And somewhere where you told them something about this imbalance and it was in a helpful way, but it wasn't taken that way, is going to be perceived and understood. Ride the wave is at the bottom of the day, letting me know that this is definitely about you and another in a soul connection. Okay. And this is also about you being willing to follow the wave as it flows. There's a fairy on the back of that dolphin. So maybe just one of you is the one that's being pushed towards something purpose related, spirit related. Yeah. You're the same kind of creatures. You definitely have a strong connection. Somebody here, I see like there's a sadness because there's something that makes you very happy. It's at a distance to you, but what you don't know, what they know is they are making movement. Okay, they are making movement in your direction. Come and move in my direction. Okay, because they're on the expressway to your heart. Okay. And there's this guides. There's guides about this. There's indicators of when to move. So as I'm looking at this determination card, this circle with the rays coming out at the top of this peak over here is looking like it is like the homing center for this beacon, this talisman that's in your hands. Both of you have a talisman in your hands. You're both in this energy. This is what you'll both find, right? There is a talisman in your hands. Now, I don't think that that's literal, but what I do see is it's calling you both forward to a specific point. Okay, it's calling you both forward to a specific point. And you're only in tune with your own, but what you're going to find is you both had one. You both had an indicator of when it's go time, an indicator of which direction to move in. Okay. Let's see what the African Goddess Rising Oracle is going to add to our message. In debt, please and thank you. What else can we see? What else are the messages here for us for the download today? Sweet Surrender is playing again in my head. I don't even know that song. That's the only part I could even sing to you for trying, yeah? So let's see, what's the message? What message do we have for you today? All right, over here in what you both know, we had Surrender and Peaks of Joy. And then we have Medusa with Rage, card number 23. So what we both know is not only have there been peaks of joy, but there has been peaks of anger. Both have happened. What we both know is there must be an understanding and a willingness to accept somebody completely for what they are, not just part of what they are, not just the fun part, the easy part. Like the hard part is real too. The angry part, the angry, the mean, the upset, that's there too, and it's still part of who you are or who they are. I see what you both know is that one of you is going for this transformation and you're focused on a huge shift in yourself. You're focused on raising your vibes and your quality of life. I hear in your quality of life. And the other thing you know is somebody here is very angry. They're a very angry person. You both know this. You both know this. They know that they're angry. They know that you're happy. And you know too. You surrender to the fact that you're 10 steps ahead of somebody, because we have cards number 33 and 23, and they said 10 steps ahead. So there's a surrender here to the fact that you and this person both realize that you're 10 steps ahead of where they are. And that was the go signal. Somebody uses their rage when they get angry. They use their rage and they don't realize that they are putting out a lot of ugly stuff towards other people to hurt them, to limit them. Well, she'll get what she deserves type of shit, or she don't deserve me, or she's gonna have to pay for what she did. You know, I get it, but when it's coming from this place of anger, it turns you into a monster. I heard it turns you into a monster. I'm a motherfucking monster. Okay, go home, Nicki Minaj. All right. So I'm just like, I don't care about being the monster. That's fine. I can be the monster. So you're surrendering to the fact that you have extreme. Are you bipolar, baby? Do you have extreme? Do you have this very extremely happy? I see a chemical imbalance. Honestly, I see a chemical imbalance. Somebody here needs to surrender to the fact that they have a chemical imbalance, okay? Everybody knows this. And they go from the peaks of joy right on into rage, and then back and forth between peaks of joy and rage. Somebody here, there's a surrender happening in you. Like that person is a very angry person, chemically imbalanced, tripolar, not bipolar, they're tripolar because they want to try it all. And they're never happy. And they're never happy. Not for long anyways. Or not unless it's chemically induced. I hear not unless it's chemically induced. There's a big chemical dependency in somebody that's coming through. There's a need to surrender to that. And so somebody here, you're recognizing that somebody in your experience is or maybe you're recognizing it's about you. Somebody in your experience could totally be you, who is chemically imbalanced, who flips and flops from the peaks of joy, as they want to call it, bliss, to rage, bliss, rage. It's so easy for somebody to shift in between those two when really it's a little bit more of a common ground. Now, so what you know that they don't know is like, this is just how they are. I feel like with the sweetness and the sad embrace, like, oh my God, they were so sweet, but I just got to accept, like, this was hidden there. Now that I'm aware of it, live out loud. Yasigi. Okay, card number 31, live out loud. What you know that they don't know. That was sweet, but I got to live out loud. I'm going to live out loud. I'm not going to stop living because of this, okay? I see a situation too where there's a celebration about an ending. I see a huge celebration about an ending. Somebody here was very sweet, but they fluctuated between this high-flying, beautiful, happy person, and a rageaholic monster who they might even have a Medusa tattoo or something like that, but maybe they nickname themselves Medusa, or their Instagram page has the name Medusa in it, or they just been studying a lot about Medusa. They're obsessed with Medusa. Something like that. I see Andrea with us and Jessa. That's what's up. Welcome back. What you know is, if you have separated from somebody because you just can't, you give up. I can't try to battle your chemical imbalance. I can't try to battle your chemical imbalance. It's dampening my party. I have cause for celebration. I have reason to be happy here. I'm going to live my life. And I hear Vivir Mi Vida playing with Mark Anthony in the back. And it's like, Vivir Mi Vida, la, 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 la. That's what this Live Out Loud card is giving me. It's like, I'm just going to live my life and be happy. Like, I don't need to go back and forth into rage. Somebody has no control emotionally. I heard, but they put a great fake front of having emotional control. They put on this great, but it looks glassy. Like they look glassy, glossed over, glazed over. It's like somebody appears, but really inside, there's so much stuff going on. And you had the experience of becoming aware of all that was going on inside. They look on the surface like everything's okay. Everything's okay. But underneath the surface, there's really a lot that has been going on there. So it's like, well, honey, if you're not going to take your medicine, we're not going to get along, and I'm not going to bring that chaos. I love you. It's a sad embrace. It's a sad embrace. Are you crying for somebody? Are you crying with somebody because I heard, yes, because they're in grief. See what they know that you don't know. Because they're in grief. We have grief on their energy. Yeah, the balance. There's been some imbalance. Something has to move. Okay, something had to change in order to bring more balance, and it has to do with grief. This grief had to move. The grief has to move. The grief has to move for the balance to set in. This is why there's a chemical imbalance. This is why there's a emotional imbalance, hormonal imbalance. What is it? It's an imbalance there. And it's causing somebody to go from extreme joy to extreme rage. And they are having a difficult time maintaining your presence because you're not interested in sitting around for more. You're really not. Why? Why? Because this one is not doing, it's like they're self-medicating in a way that's not healthy. It's like somebody's trying to use alcohol and street prescriptions. They doing some coke, they doing some meth, they doing some shit on the streets instead of taking their happy pill that the doctor prescribed to them, okay? Or they don't want to take medicine. Maybe they want to do it holistically, but that shit ain't working for them. They need some chemicals. And this is an interesting conversation starting to unfold here because I said it so many times. If this is a natural organism, how's it that it could be corrected by chemicals? Shouldn't a naturally created organism, the human body, require natural elements? If something is imbalanced, shouldn't it be a natural element to balance that out as opposed to a chemically created in a lab shit? My mind still can't see it. But this person, I see what's happening here is somebody here has built such a strong chemical dependency. Now their body is adjusted to that chemical as though it were organic. And now they're showing me, and that's why some people need some chemicals. I'm like, okay. No, not everybody, but yes, some people need some chemicals. This person needs some chemicals because this person has built up their body. It's like Their tolerance level is shifted. It's like their chemistry is changed. Their own chemistry has changed as a result of taking something, and then they weren't taking it, and it made them go. Somebody wasn't taking their mental health meds, and they might have done some dumb stuff. They went on a binger. The way you found them, you knew it wasn't good. You knew it wasn't healthy. This person is going through some grief. They're going through some pain. They're trying to run and escape from the pain. They're trying to, with the balance that's here that's showing me that it's not balanced. They're trying to escape from the grief. Somebody here is trying to escape from the grief, and they're trying to street medicate. And so, I'm not talking about marijuana. This is feeling more like cocaine. This is feeling more like heroin. This is feeling more like crack. And this is feeling more like meth. I'm just telling you the street. This is what it feels like. Somebody is trying to street medicate. Now, mind you, we could be talking about even alcohol. We could be talking about a large collective on this, in the sense of there's a lot of people who are out here practicing escapism right now, trying to find anything to dull their senses so they don't have to understand what's going on. So they don't have to understand what's going on with themselves. Okay, so that energy is here as well. All right, what you're both going to find, in the position of what you're both going to find, we had the Talisman and the Determination card. So let's see what else. Let's put one more shuffle down on this before we pull one. Let's see what's up in what you both find down this path. What will you both find down this path? I heard, well, what you'll find is that you take something away from this experience that's very valuable, and it will guide you in life. Look at this. Miracles. Agizan. Miracles. Card number 42. What you'll both find is there are miracles here. Okay. Interesting. So you're both going to find some miracles related to guiding you down this path. Okay. You may not like it. They might have chose a more strained, difficult, and contrasting path. But what I see is this person is on their path. You don't have to like or approve of their path. That's the one that they're choosing. Bottom of the deck, Cosmic Power, Mawu Lisa. Cosmic Power. We have the sun and the moon. We have the feminine and the masculine. We have the wholeness, Cosmic Power. Card number 2. Interesting. So this is a connection with somebody that you have. Again, in this connection, there's enough to let you both be aware that there is a connection. However, there's some sort of blockage there. There's some sort of a blockage there. You're going with the flow. There's some sweetness in this. This is somebody you were sweet on. This is somebody you care about. Okay, this is somebody who you were being sweet towards. But something has happened here, and you come into the situation where you find this person is acting erratic, behaving erratically, maybe having, an episode of, I don't know, schizophrenia or different personalities or bipolar rage type of stuff. This person, they're trying to run from their grief. They know that they're imbalanced, but this green circle in the center of this balance card, it keeps telling me that there's a pill that they're supposed to take, and they know they should take it because it definitely works well for them, because their body, I'm even hearing their mind, is already become accustomed to having this element in their system, and they're not taking it. They're too much in grief to follow their healthy routine that has kept them balanced for you to even get to know them to this level, to be this close to them in this experience. While they're in this tailspin and not under the influence of the chemicals, what we both don't see happening, but what we will both find is somehow it's like this person finds, I hear a moment of lucidity that's going to give them some big awareness. They're going to see things in a bigger picture. They're going to see something here that translates into a miracle for them. And also, you take something from this experience, okay? Both of you are headed towards miracles. There's something here, and the reason why the miracles are showing up is because there's a surrender. There's not a, I'm going to need you to take your medicine and do the right thing and quit flipping out and all this other shit. No. It's not trying to force somebody to be different than where they're at. It's a complete acceptance in the energy of love of clearly this is where you're at. I'm not going to try to control you. You know what you need to do. I'm going to love you, and I'm going to let you live your life the way you want to. And I digress. It was never up to me. It was never up to me to decide how you live in your life. So go ahead and do your thing. I'm going to go do my thing. Oh, by the way, those two things don't go together. So I'm going to go do my thing over here. You go ahead and do your thing over there. You know, and you know, at the end of the path, you find miracles in this. You find miracles in this because there's something about, there's a huge power in accepting where a person's at, accepting that they are their own divine entity as well, and that they have the right to choose for themselves. I'm hearing this is the way God treats all of us. For those of you who like the word God and the phrase God and the identity, the entity of God, okay, or the universe, right? It allows us to make our choices. We choose on our own, and then it's like, okay, whatever is down that path, there's always benefit. There's always contrast. It's always there. Okay. There's not a right or a wrong way to do this. There could be a way that's a little bit more difficult than the other, but it's everybody has their free will, their free choice on how they want to do it. And there's this energy here of just surrendering. You might find them sweet. You might. So the danger for you was to get caught up in the sweetness that you saw in them, that you see in them, that you know is there in them, and then trying to force them into that energy when that's clearly not where they're at. That's clearly not where they're at. They're in another energy, in another experience right now. And so best thing for you to do is just, oh, okay, well, that thing that you're doing right now doesn't vibe. We can't do that here. We can't do that here. I can't do that. I don't participate in that. I don't partake of that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take off. Be safe. Take care. Wish you the best. I'm out of here. Type of a vibe. Miracles open down that path. And I feel like there could be a little bit of sadness for you in letting them go, you know, because there's this awareness that somebody here had chosen a difficult path for themselves that they did not have to. They chose more difficulty on their path than what they had to. They had, I hear they had enough to deal with as it was, but they went ahead and they added some more junk onto it. It's like they went and, you know, it's not enough obstacles and challenges on this path. Let's throw some more shit onto it. And see how we make it through it now. Okay. And you're not doing that. You're looking for the smoother path, right? You are choosing the smoother path, and somebody's choosing a rockier path on purpose. Somebody's choosing to drive where there are street signs, paved roads, and signal lights and stop signs and all this stuff. Where their lanes are clearly marked, right? And somebody else is like a Jeep, and they're going off-roading. They could be riding in the sand dunes, and you're like, oh no, this Cadillac don't go down the sand dunes, baby. This Maserati don't ride in sand dunes. Well, I'm a Jeep. I'm going to go down where the sand dunes are. I like the sand dunes. I was made for sand dunes. Okay, cool. All right, well, then you go ahead and hit your sand dunes. Yeah, I got a winch and everything so I can pull myself up out of it. I hear you. You like the sand dunes. Ain't worried even about getting stuck in them or nothing like that. Okay, cool. But see, I'm a Maserati. I'm a Cadillac. I know. Baby, I am not gonna take my Bugatti into the sand dunes, okay? That's the vibe. It's like choice of different terrain, different traveling paths, different, and this all equals into different life experiences. And somebody here has no problem whatsoever in choosing the more difficult path. And somebody here is like, I'm not built to do that. Let me see, what do we have coming out of the words? Meditation and Sagittarius. Meditation is in reverse. Sagittarius is upright. So somebody here is a Sagittarius. They haven't been doing their meditation. They haven't been doing their meditation. And the meditation in reverse right now is a very sad. It's like their mind is so bogged down. Their mind is bogged down. That's the way it's coming through. It's coming through as there's an awareness that somebody here is trying to focus on getting through a challenge, getting through a difficulty, and what they're not doing is calming their minds. They're trying to move through the difficulty. I heard, and the best thing they could do is stop and pray and meditate and get their head clear. But that's the one thing that they don't want to do is address what's going on in their own head. Okay. All right. It doesn't have to be a Sagittarius person. It could be a Sagittarius person. This is somebody who in their, I see in their imbalanced mental state, they want to be the life of the party. Because I heard, I'm a life of the party. Okay, so they're the life of the party. But what's happening is all they're doing is they're trying to, I'm hearing, plunge down into the depths of their soul, those thoughts, those feelings that are really coming up inside of themselves, and that's not helping. So all those mind-numbing drugs that they're taking are not assisting. They're plunging it themselves deeper into those depths, right? Deeper into those depths that they don't want to be in. And it's eventually gonna need to be dealt with. So somehow that's going to happen in the miracles. Their path is taking them there anyways, whether they like it or not. So it's like I see a smooth path to get there, and I see a rough path to get there. And somebody is intentionally choosing the rough path to get there. And you're saying, I'm going to stay on the paved road with signal lights, with lanes marked out clearly, stop signs, all this stuff. I heard even speed limits. That's fine. In some ways, it looks like this person is on a path of destruction. I hear a path of destruction. Damn, this is a crazy message. Oh, really? I heard this crazy message is relating a lot to what you're seeing happening on Earth. There is a differences in energies here in the way folks are living, and you're seeing a separation happening. Okay, we have karmic and rabbits. Yeah, you were sweet on them, but you realized that this person was another karmic connection in your life to give you the chance to choose stuff that you have already done. In other words, it's like you've been sand duning before. You've been on the unpaved road before. It's a bumpy road. I don't like it. They're showing me the road when the first time I took a trip over to the Grand Canyon in Arizona. We went to, I believe it's the West Rim, where it's native owned. And honey, I'm talking about miles of unpaved road that we were driving down. We were unprepared for that. It was like the whole way there, and I'm bouncing around in the car. I'm like, oh fuck, I don't like my car driving on this. I was in the Cutlass. The Cutlass was not made for a fucking bouncy, rocky road like that. So with the rabbit talks about fertility. And when I think about the rabbit, so somebody here, Chinese zodiac sign rabbit, but there is also with the rabbit, there's an idea of sex, because rabbits be having sex and they be having babies and they be popping them out so fast, so many, so quickly. So somebody here you saw that this path, what it was going to birth. I heard you saw this path, what it would birth. And if you stay on it, it's a path that you've been on. It was not a smooth path. Okay, you're recognizing that. Somebody, I just heard this, it just popped in. You had a dream about this Sagittarius person in your experience, okay? And you saw, some of you just saw this in a dream, that this is the path that they're on. Like you were trying to understand this connection, what's going on here. There's something here in this connection, but what is it that I'm missing? And it was shown to you in this way for somebody, okay? Let me see. Evolution, coming out with mentality. Ooh, didn't I tell you this had everything to do with somebody's mentality? And as I'm saying that, I hear warnings, backup warnings. Somebody's backing it up. That was the FedEx truck. I could see it outside. The FedEx truck was backing it up, and you could hear the warnings, right? So mentality and evolution, somebody here is stepping back. It's like they're reverting. There's a reversion. They're going back into an old mentality. But there's something here about repassing the steps so that they can evolve differently through it. So there's this person who's making a movement right now. There's an imbalanced movement happening. Okay, but it's gonna cause their evolution of their grief. You know, you can make those hard choices all you want to. You can. And every time you repass those hard choices, there's going to be another hard lesson to swallow in that. There's going to be another difficult thing to take in that. And so that's what's happening here. Somebody in their grief is choosing a path. I heard that they've known before, that they've chosen before, but every time they go down that path and do the same thing again, which for some of them, it definitely deals with chemical dependencies and stuff like that. It's showing them more. It's showing them more. Things are becoming more pronounced. It's like there's less ability to deny that they don't like how this feels when they do this, and that it only helps them escape for so long. And that, you know, it's like, the more they keep repeating the same lesson, since you have no control over it, the benefit is, at least as they repeat this lesson, they are having this mental evolution. So they may be doing the same thing over and over again, but they're seeing it a lot differently every time. That's what they know that you don't know. And you can't see that. You can't see that because that's going on within their own head. And because every time they do this, they're seeing things differently. Like that's for them the most easiest, that is the way that they will embrace the change the easiest in their path. It's not the healthiest or easiest way to do it by any means, but it's the way that they've chosen. And so only thing you can do is surrender and allow, and you don't have to participate. You don't have to be a participant, nor do you have to be an observer of it, okay? All this is somehow bringing us all to some miracles, because the talisman is beckoning to both of you in this. So, and the talisman is in your hand. Okay, it's taking you somewhere. Let me see what we have. Opportunity and conversation. Opportunity and conversation. So there are miracles coming into this person's life. I do see that whoever this is, at some point in your future, there will be a reconnection with this person, and you're going to have the opportunity to converse with this person. And what you hear is going to be something. I heard this. I got myself into a real shit situation, but you know, it was only by miracles that I made it out of that. When I did that, then that's where I realized this. That's where that came to fruition for me. That's where I saw this and that. So for some of you, you're coming into connection now. Some of you are on the heels of this energy, and you're reconnecting with somebody right now who has been through a huge battle with mental health, or just something that caused them to act in a very imbalanced way, right? I do, again, for some of you, this is related to addictions and chemical dependencies, alcohol dependency, use of some very ugly chemical drugs, right? However, what you're going to be finding if when you're on the heels of it, whether you're on the heels of it now or in the future, is that because this person chose a difficult path, what happened was spirit became more pronounced on that difficult path, on that I hear dangerous path. In that dangerous path, spirit has become more pronounced to this person. They could see more. They saw how they could have, should have died or been hurt or been left or been stranded or whatever it was, but they were protected. They see the miracles. The miracles are more pronounced. Miracles are more pronounced because this person still has this same path. This person still has the same path. Okay, whichever route they took to get, they chose a roundabout way. They chose a roundabout way, and every time they got so far out on the fringe, I hear so far out on the fringe, it's like miracles would happen to bring them back. Miracles would happen to guide them right back to where they needed to be. And so you're going to be getting wind of this. You're going to be getting wind of this. Now, some of you are in the beginning of this experience, and you're just noticing like this person is. They're mentally, they're completely unstable right now. They're going through a lot. They don't want to talk about it. They want to self-medicate over it. And I don't know what to do. And so there's this energy for you of, accepting that this is not your choice to make. It's their choice to make, whether you like it or not. Everybody has their choices to make. We can't control what choices they make. And we can't be the decider for them of what they must do. We would like to. Hey, you just do what I tell you to do and everything's going to be better for you. No. That shit don't work because they're going to revert back to who and what they were. I heard you've already tried that. You already know the futility of trying to do that. So you're not doing that. You're just like, okay, if that's what you want, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you be. I'm going to let you do because you have that sovereignty in your life to decide for yourself. I can't choose for you. And I can't make you change your choice. I've tried. It doesn't work. I've tried. It doesn't work. So I'm going to let you go ahead and do what you want to do, but I don't want to see it because I know that because of the path that you're choosing, you're going to go through a lot of things that I don't want to see you go through. I don't want to see you go through those things. So I'm going to remove myself from this. And as sad as it is, like I have a beautiful life to live too. And my beautiful life is going to be a lot more hard to focus on if I'm sitting here looking at you going through this, that, and the other that you are choosing for yourself. You're putting on your plate a bunch of stuff that you hate to eat. And I'm not going to sit here at this buffet when I only put on my plate the stuff that I enjoy eating. And then I'm going to have to stare at you and try to stomach my delicious meal while I'm sitting up here watching you complain and spit it out and not like what you get. When you're the one putting it on your plate, like who wants to go sit at the buffet like that, But that's the energy that I'm seeing here. All right. So if this is all true, what we don't have on the table yet is any tarot cards. So I'm going to pull out the Supernatural Tarot. We're going to get a tarot spread here. See what we can pull out for you. What else information Spirit wants to say. So there's a reason why this information is coming up right now. So let's start there. What's the reason for this message needing to come out? We have somebody here who has a severe mental imbalance or a chemical dependency or an addiction of some sort, or maybe it's just all three. You've been feeling a strong connection to this person, but it's like it will only reveal so much of the connection. You're both aware of the connection between the two of you, and life has kind of brought you together. But one of you is going through some things where they don't want to choose the easier path. They want to choose a more difficult path, and there could be some very dangerous choices that are being made right now, unhealthy choices, as a way of escapism. The word escapism keeps coming out. Escapism, right? And you feel that the only thing you could do is take your hands off of it. Like I can't try to force you. I can't try to make you. And they feel like I refuse to feel this feeling. This hurts too much. I don't want to think about this. I need something to make me feel better. I need to get up out of here. I need to get my mind off of this, right? So there's a choice to distract the self by this person. Interesting. But there's an opportunity for a conversation here that is going to evolve out of this situation. And that situation is actually taking you both towards miracles, right? So you're going to be seeing some of that down the line. What will be revealed in this is how there are miracles happening here. And for some of you, it's this idea of honoring their ability to be of their own minds and not seeing them go. It's like, you know that there's a destructive path, but you put protection over them. And this is reminding me of the reading that we did recently. It's like you're pouring your protection over them, whoever they were, yeah? Because their path is difficult. You're not trying to make it more difficult. As a matter of fact, what you're offering is an intention, a prayer, a vision of their protection, of their guidance, of their well-being, even if they choose to walk through a dangerous path. You're not seeing them be consumed by the darkness. Rather, you're seeing them move through the darkness and find their own light. Ooh, that was delicious. Okay. All right, so let's pull this spread here for you and see what else wants to come through in this experience at this time. Bottom of the deck is the Magician. I can do it. I can make it happen. Okay, I can make it happen. I should take coffee and energy tablets so my mind and body works well, but when too much, cannot sleep. Addicted. Okay, I see Jess. I see you, Jessa. All right, let me see what's going on in this energy. Let's get this spread. In the past, the Three of Wands. Expecting the best, holding place for the best. Okay. You wanted to work with somebody, but you didn't know that she had a lot of, she's beautiful. First off, she's beautiful. Whoever she is, you wanted to work with somebody, but what you didn't know, oh my gosh, is she had a lot of blood on her. Like, she had a lot of blood on her. In other words, she's done a lot of dirt. Okay, she's done a lot of dirt. The other thing is, she birthed a lot of monsters, and the way it's coming through, she birthed a lot of fears. She birthed a lot of fears in her life. And what I'm hearing is she's the only one that could remove those. You can't remove them for her. She has to be willing. Like, you could tell her the truth about all the monsters and how she birthed them and how easy it is for her to undo them, but you're not able to do it for her. And if she's not in a receptive mode to that information, it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. You can't make her. Okay, in the current energy, in the moon. Okay. In the current energy, there's this stuff going on in it's there is, so I hear subconscious programming is thick in this one. Is there this realization that you're having about this person where, like, even though the conscious mind, because remember I told you this person puts on a good front of being good, like they show up and they look like they're great and everything looks beautiful and perfect, and then it's only until you really get to know them did you discover what was hidden beneath the surface, right? And it's like you, because of your intuition or because of your knowledge and experience, like, you know that there's some subconscious stuff going on there. And it's related to that grief. It's related to that grief that they keep trying to hide with the moon energy. And somebody keeps trying to run from their grief. The moon is also, I have one deck that shows in the Phantasmagoric Theater Tarot. The moon is a card that shows alcoholic energy, for real. Like, the moon is drunk. All the bottles are empty. So again, this is showing me the energy of use of chemical substances, self-medicating, alcoholism, drug abuse, stuff like that. Things that people want to hide. Yeah. So You thought things were okay with somebody. What you didn't know was they had a lot of blood on their hands. Okay, maybe literal, but probably figurative. They've gone through a lot of connections with people who thought that everything was fine with them. I heard, but they really work a number on these connections because there's a lot hidden. There's a lot hidden. This person tries to hide. You have come to know too much about this person. They wish you didn't know. They're not used to people knowing that much about them. They're not used to people knowing and understanding their chemical dependencies, their mental imbalance, their chemical imbalance within whatever that is, right? I heard you could read them like a book, and that is really uncomfortable. Hidden blessing in this is the world. The hidden blessing in this is an opportunity for you to level up and move on. Maybe maybe that's the whole miracle. It's like you're leveling up and moving on, having this conversation, opening the path. Okay, well, you can do whatever you want to do. I wish you all the best. You know, I don't get down like that, so I'm gonna go ahead and take off. But you know, should our paths cross again? That'd be great. Let me see. But what you need to know is the hidden blessing for you is in your surrendering, and you know, you let them go do their thing. Like they've got some evolutionary work to do that you've already done. Okay. Or maybe it was not in your work at all to do, right? But you understand it. So why do you need to go do that? Why do I need to go learn how to do that when I already got an understanding of that and it's not affecting me? Okay, but it's affecting this one. So the hidden blessing for you is actually with the world to successfully close that cycle and go on to the next level stuff for you, because there's some next level stuff here for you. You can't go to the next level stuff if you're stuck on focusing on the last level stuff, okay? And for you, this is not on your levels. This is not on your levels at all. But there's somebody out here that likes to do those different things, and you can't control them. And so the best thing for you, your hidden blessing, is in letting it go and moving on. Get in the car with somebody who's going where you're going and go that direction, because like I said, you don't get down like that. You don't party like that. You're not into those things that they're into. It's not in trying to stand there and, hey, don't do that. That's not good for you. I don't want you to do that. That's going to hurt you. It's not about you trying to convince them. I heard this is not an intervention. Ooh, this is not an intervention. This is an allowance. I'm not going to enable it, but I'm not going to block you from doing what you want to do. What happens if you try to block them from doing what they want to do? All they're going to do is get mad and turn on you anyways, and then they turn into your Medusa. If you try to block their path, they are going to try to do some real damage to you, and you know that. And you know that. Again, some of you, this was revealed through a dream. This was revealed intuitively. This was revealed during a moment of meditation for somebody. That this person was about to do what they were about to do. And if you try to block their path, they're going to turn that energy against you. You don't want that. And some of you, maybe you did that in the past. You knew somebody, who was heading down a path of destruction for themselves. I heard when they're on that path of destruction, one of the things you need to understand is that what they're going to destroy is their own ego, because they're going to make an egotistical choice. It's going to end up hurting them, and that's meant for and their ego. That's that imbalance. It's an imbalanced ego. Okay. So yeah, you already had this experience where you tried to affect somebody's decision so strongly, and when you did that, they lashed out. They turned against you. They turned that evil. They turned that anger. They turned that rage against you. It was really unhealthy. You decided not to do that. Okay. Intuitively, I see here somebody, when you had, okay. So somebody here also, your message your experience just cut this whole message off real quick, and then we'll go back to it. But you had an experience where you didn't see something that was going to happen with this person who left your life. This person already left your life. It left you angry as fuck. It left you angry as fuck. You could not find your joy. You went through this whole grief process, changed your mentality, and through the way you approach the unpaved road that you were on because you didn't see that you were getting thrust onto it. You're actually coming into a period of greater miracles and blessings right now, working out in your favor. You're coming into opportunities. Okay. And now you're seeing the blessings from that experience in the past. It made you very, very angry, but you knew that anger was a response to the hurt inside. You addressed it. You didn't let it keep you there. You opened up your mind, and now you have a greater awareness of how everything works cohesively for the greater good for all. Like there's more difficult paths, there are more unpleasant paths, there are paths filled with more tears and more pain, but it doesn't mean it's the wrong path for somebody. That's the best path they could take. Okay, let me see, what's the challenge? Go back to this experience, please. The challenge in this is temperance, patience, keeping your cool. Patience, keeping your cool, being level-headed, remembering the challenge is remembering to understand, like, you can't do everything for everybody. There's only so much you can do because you want to be helpful. You want to protect people. You want to do what's good. You want to support better for people. There's only so much you can do. You can't attend to it all at once. And you have to remember, like, consequences and repercussions are real. And you also have difficulty in some sense about detaching from the situation, but you know that you have to let them go about it because you don't want to get in the middle of taking their consequences and repercussions for them, the ones that they're accruing for themselves. Yes. Okay. Who or what is in your environment? The Knight of Goblets. Spirit is in your environment. Spirit is in your environment. Again, somebody here, it's alcoholism. We got Garth here having a whole beer. So maybe this person's thing is alcoholism, right? But spirit is in your environment. It's somebody who knows that you care about them. This person could be young. This person has some of the weight that they carry is from wanting to be the salvation for another, like some of their own emotional stuff I heard emotional baggage that has got them in this mentally imbalanced state is because they keep trying to carry somebody else's burdens that is not for them to carry, that they literally cannot carry, is what Spirit is saying, that they literally cannot carry. But they're trying to force themselves to carry somebody else's burdens. It could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces person. This person has brought a lot of weight onto themselves by doing that. And they've kind of gotten a vampiric energy for going on within themselves in the ego boost or the satisfaction they get in being the hero. Like this person, I mean, a hero. I'm holding out for a hero to the end of the night. This person's got something going on in their head with it. A hero syndrome. They've got a hero syndrome. Like they could do everything for everybody else, but what are they doing for themselves? They're not even taking their meds. They're not even paying attention to what they got going on in their self. So there's somebody here who's using the outside world to try to distract them from what's really going on inside of themselves. And then they go and they want to go and they want to numb it. They're taking drugs. So this is your friend who likes to smoke crack or do coke or do meth and then have this great, like, let me tell you about how you can fix your life conversations. This is the psychiatrist who is strung out on methamphetamines or who's a pill popper and they can't live without pills. And yet they want to tell everyone else how to fix their life, but, you know, they are not willing to look at their own. issues. Interesting. All right, so what's the guidance for you then? The Ten of Swords is done. Like, you don't need to be in this. Oh, boy. And the outcome energy is the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, you're going to break free and be independent of the situation. So this is what I have for you for the download today. I'm going to read your Alpha and Omega messages. Then I'm going to go live with an extended for my members. So members, refresh. Go over to my channel. Go over to the Lives tab. You should be able to find it easily under the Lives tab. That's where I always find it. I will post it in the comments here, the link to the extended version if you're a member. If you're not a member, that's okay. I gave you a full reading here. I'm just going to look more into the spirituality and whatever else comes out in the extended. Let's get into your Alpha and Omega messages. What'd you say, Jessa? My boss started to know him more. In my last job, had that experience. Now I'm a better person and employee. I always initiate to do the task, even in other departments. Okay, and let's see what we have good on you. Seven of Emotions. Your angels are asking you to make an important decision that you've been putting off. It's likely you know which choice you should make, but you're procrastinating so you don't upset someone else. Ask heaven for guidance and then make the choice that celebrates who you truly are. Boy, if that don't sound like the whole message. Dearest you, we are sending you waves of love and joy as we watch you reap the rewards of your tenacity and faith. We know how long it has taken for you to reach some of your goals and that you've had disappointments along the way. Right now, we suggest you take a deep breath and fill yourself up with gratitude and tune in to the vibration of well-being. Temporary conditions may be trying to hypnotize you into seeing something else as your reality, but we know that happy rewards are on their way to you even now. Change is the only constant, so be open to it. You will achieve your dreams and more, we promise. But more important, your happy rewards will be gathered up in the small moments, the gentle breezes, the soft kisses, and in the quiet commitments. Your happiest moments will be on the journey itself, not in arriving at any destination. You are surrounded by so much love and care. Can you feel us? This is what I have for your download today. I'm so thankful and grateful for your beautiful presence. Shout out to the beautiful ones over on the Wisdom app as well. We're going to go ahead and end this here. I do have time available for your personal consultations if that's what you choose. Thank you for your love donations, bringing that good karma right back to your doorstep and blessing us in the process. Either way, thank you for your presence here today, for giving this video a thumbs up, for sharing, liking, commenting, whatever it is you do. We appreciate you. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. That's all, folks.